I'm Brett Maly. Let's talk art. At Art Encounter, we specialize in all manner of fine art, but our gallery is primarily emphasizing late 19th century post-impressionist works all the way through to pop art. So a collection like that certainly features esteemed Spanish surrealist Salvador Dali. And our extremely extensive collection of his graphic works was curated by our executive director, Mr. Scott Ferguson. Scott, happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know how this equates to other collections, but this has got to be one of the largest collections of authenticated Salvador Dali graphics under one roof. And that's one thing you have to be careful with is the vetting and authenticity. That's something we pride ourselves on. I know Scott prides himself on is making sure that these Salvador Dalis are 100% authentic. Now, how do you do that, Scott?
Luckily for us, a lot of that work has already been done. So scholars have spent the last 15 to 20 years figuring out which works of art were forged or not sanctioned by the Dali Foundation or Salvador Dali himself. And so a lot of those works have already been vetted, and it's a matter of looking up to make sure. Now, sometimes the band gets stumped, and we're presented with works of art that we have to do the research on, figure out the provenance, which is the history of ownership, and then really understand how that work got to be in our possession. And if you do the back work, you can usually determine whether or not that work of art is authentic. And we've had 100% success rate so far. So
that's wonderful. Well, and you can be confident when you come to shop at Art Encounter, and all of our works, especially the Salvador Dalis. And Dali, a master printmaker, I'm looking here at the collection. We've got everything from woodblock prints to etchings, engravings, embossed work. A vast selection of his limited edition graphic works. Do you have a particular favorite, or what are some?
One of my favorites is up here in the corner, and this is it's called Symphony Bicyclette, and it was really a homage to the Marx Brothers. And as it turns out, that Dali was a friend of Harpo Marx, and there's a great story where Dali had sent Harpo on his birthday a harp that was threaded with barbed wire. Harpo, in his equally surrealistic humor, sent back a photograph the next year to Dali on his birthday of himself playing the harp, except dripping with blood and bandages all over the floor. And so they both had a very similar sense of humor. It's one of my favorites in the entire collection.
That's wonderful. And you can see it right here at Art Encounter. Scott's got a great story for just about every piece. So come by and see us in person if you can. We're at 5720 South Arville Street, Suite 119. If you're unable to see us here locally, you can check us out on the web at www.artencounter.com.